Exhale, plant the hands, finding your standing splits.
Hello, all my relatives, and welcome to Seven Teachings Wellness. This is a place to practice yoga from an indigenous worldview inspired by the Anishinaabe Seven Sacred Grandfather Teachings. Let's practice together.
Hello, all my relatives, and welcome back to Seven Teachings Wellness. My name is Shayna Thomas, and I am an Indigenous yoga instructor and wellness educator who is passionate about sharing tools that have helped me on my journey with you all. Today's movement medicine practice is going to start with a grounding breathwork or pranayama practice called Nadhi Shodhana. After this, we're going to get into the body with some gentle movement, heat it up, add a little bit of flow and dynamic movement before ending and cooling down on our mats. Just take a moment to find a comfortable seat, perhaps on your bottom crisscross or perhaps kneeling, using any supports to help in this comfort. Asana means a steady and comfortable seat, so finding an asana for our pranayama. Option 2, close down the eyes if that feels comfortable, just arriving in the body, arriving on the mat. Inhale, perhaps lift the shoulders, draw them up, back and down as we exhale, relaxing the body. One more deep breath into the belly, belly goes big. Ribs expand, chest lifts. And exhale, just relax the body here. Coming into the present moment in time, bringing that attention to your mat right now. If your eyes are closed, gently blink them open. We're going to start with Nadhi Shodhana. We can use this technique to balance these energies, but also to calm our whole nervous system, to increase lung capacity, to lower our blood pressure, and to come into the now moment. Let's practice. Take the right hand, lower the pointer and the middle finger for now. We're going to use our thumb and our ring finger to manually block each nostril in this breath pattern. Take the thumb, block off the right nostril, inhale in through the left. Switch at the top, block off left nostril, open up the right, exhale through the right nostril. Stay where you're at, inhale through the right nostril. Switch at the top, close off right nostril, open up left, exhale through the left. That's the pattern we're going to keep breathing into the left now. Switch at the top, exhale through right. Inhale right. Option to close down the eyes if that feels comfortable. And exhale through the left. Inhale left. Switch at the top, exhale right. Inhale right. Switch at the top, exhale left. Option to take pointer and middle finger on the third eye. Inhale through left. Switch at the top, open up right, exhale through the right. Inhale right. Switch at the top. Exhale through the left. Inhale left. Switch at the top. Exhale through the right. Inhale right. Switch at the top. Exhale left. Remove the hand, option to keep the eyes closed. Let your breath return to the natural rhythm. And just notice any changes in the body and the energy around us. Not judging, just bringing awareness Just noticing. Stay here for as long as you'd like, but if you're ready to move, we're going to find tabletop position. Hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. Point your fingers facing forward, wide hands. Inhale, drop the belly, gaze up. There's our cow. Exhale, tuck the tailbone round the spine, gaze towards your belly button for our cat. Inhale, arch. At the top, draw the palms towards the knees. Ooh, there's a little crack. Exhale, round through the spine. At the top here, we want to really protract the shoulders, push into the mat. And our cat-cow is finding our complete end ranges here. Using the breath to support the asana. And never giving up the breath for the asana. Using the breath as our anchor. Last one. Exhale, finding our cat. Find neutral spine. Left knee comes in towards the midline of the body. Inhale, lift right leg. Cross it back over. Lengthen through the crown. On your next exhale, take your gaze towards the left foot. We're looking for a stretch in the right side body. You might stay here, keep it static. You might find some dynamic movements, perhaps using the breath to move, but listening to the body and what you need today. Option 2, practice pratyahara, controlling the senses by keeping the eyes closed for as much of this practice as you'd like or as feels comfortable. Let's switch sides. Right knee in towards the midline of the body. Reset here. Left foot crosses over that right. Inhale, lengthen through the crown. Exhale as we gaze over to find that right foot. No, the left foot on the right side of the body. Here we're looking for a stretch all through the left side of the body. Ooh, again, finding some static stillness or some dynamic movements. Come back through center. Place left hand underneath the face. Inhale, reach right hand towards the sky. Exhale, place that right hand underneath the left arm. Finding thread the needle. Right shoulder, right side of the head meets the mat. We can stay here. We can reach that left arm towards the sky, or perhaps try to find a bind here. Now typically our binds are helping us to open up. So in this bind we can help to open up that left shoulder, increase that twist. Again, we can also just keep that left hand on the ground for support. Come back to the breath. Remember our anchor. On your next inhale, plant left hand into the mat. Reach right hand towards the sky. Look up. Exhale, right hand meets the mat, opposite side. Inhale, left hand reaches towards the sky. Open up. Exhale, thread the needle. Again, right hand can stay to support. Reach towards the sky or find a bind to open up that shoulder. Listening to our bodies, increasing our comfort zone, challenging ourselves, but also discerning and knowing when to ease off. Practice ahimsa, non-harming. On your next inhale, plant the right hand, reach left hand towards the sky. Open up. Exhale, left hand meets the mat. Sit back, tuck the toes under, toe screamer. Just briefly here, getting a nice stretch in the bottom of the feet. If you have blocks, option to come forward on the blocks. If the sensation is too intense, it's called toe screamer for a reason. The dogs are screaming. All right, come forward. Place the tops of the feet on the mat. Sit back any amount. Ankle stretch here. Perhaps stretching into the quads and the hip flexors as well if we lean back. Or perhaps lift the glutes. Come up on the knees. Take the arms in front of you. Palms facing away from each other. Cross one over and clasp. Thread under. Inhale, slight back bend. Exhale, prayer curl as we come forward. Inhale, open up. Exhale, prayer curl. Let's switch the hands. Opposite hand is over. Inhale, open up. Exhale, find that prayer curl. Round through the spine, round through the neck. Inhale, open up. Exhale to curl. Last one. Inhale, open up. Exhale, curl. Place the hands on the mat. Through tabletop position, we're going to tuck the toes. Find downward facing dog. Option to walk the dog, bend one knee at a time. Getting a stretch in the opposite hamstring, low back, lat. Letting the neck relax here, head hangs nice and heavy. And then finding stillness, really push the hands into the mat. Shoulders lift close to the ears. Great adjustments. Let the head hang nice and heavy, maybe nod or shake. If there's any tension, any stress in the body, perhaps just imagine it coming out of the crown of the head with every exhale. On your next inhale, walk the feet to the hands. Stay in our forward fold here. Bend the knees, let the stomach hang on the thighs. Option to find stillness, option to gently rock side to side. With bent knees on your next inhale, circle sweep, hands above head, come to stand. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Keep the feet hip width distance or bring them closer for more of a challenge. Inhale, reach the hands up, sink the hips back. Now watch my toes, we're gonna lift them up and gently place them back down. In our chair pose, couple of options here. We can try to find more of an upright chair or an angled thunderbolt. Yogi's choice here. Neither right nor wrong, just different options, different shapes. Inhale, reach the arms. Exhale, we're gonna find a twist. Left elbow meets right knee. Now we're pushing against that knee to help with the twist. Now watch the knees, watch the hips. We don't wanna shift. Everything in the lower body remains the same. We twist through the mid-spine. Option to take our gaze, look towards the sky. Using our drishti, our gaze, our focal point can help to increase that twist as well. Inhale through center, exhale forward fold, release that. Find a stretch here. Inhale, circle sweep, hands above head, come to stand. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Inhale, reach the arms up, sink the hips back, chair round 2. Again, we can find this thunderbolts shape. We can also reach towards the shoulders, another great option, perhaps hands on the hips. Yogi's choice. In our chair, we can also try to find an upright chair. Again, different variations. Inhale, reach. Exhale, let's twist to the left, right elbow against that left knee, open up. Again, try not to let the knees or the hips shift, opening up through the mid-back. Taking the gaze straight forward or looking towards the sky. Inhale through center, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, circle sweep, hands above head, come to stand. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Brief moment in Tadasana. Building heat here. Noticing any effects from the warm-up. Moment of gratitude for self for showing up today. For giving yourself the love, the healing, the growth that you deserve. For committing to yourself and your practices. For staying disciplined when the motivation might not be there. But ultimately doing this because you know it's going to help yourself and you know it's going to help others too along the way. Thank you, self. Thank you, all of our teachers, everyone we're in relationship with, that we get to grow alongside. Inhale, circle sweep, hands above head. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands slide up the shins, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, higher low plank. Exhale, elbows stay in, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step the right foot to the front of the mat. Lengthen through the crown. Exhale, left foot meets right. Forward fold. Inhale, circle sweep, hands above head. Come to stand. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Same thing, opposite side. Inhale, circle sweep, hands above head. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, higher low plank. Exhale, chaturanga, elbows stay in. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step left foot to the front of the mat, lengthen through the crown. We can use the blocks to bring the floor up. Help with that step through. Exhale, right foot meets the left. Inhale, circle sweep, hands above head, hello wall. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Inhale, hands reach above head. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. Switching it up here. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Move with your breath. And exhale, find your down dog. One more. Inhale, lift your right leg any amount, three-legged dog. Exhale, step right leg in between the hands. Inhale, lift the arms, high lunge. Exhale, we're gonna find our runner's lunge here. As if we are in one straight line. Back heel is lifted, arms reaching back. Extending through the crown. Now from here, see if we can lengthen through the body just a little bit more. Charge up the arms, reach back for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, come up, high lunge warrior. Exhale, open up warrior 2. Increase that stance, back foot parallel to the short edge of the mat. Reaching hands out in opposite directions. Inhale, reverse, left arm reaches towards the leg, right arm reaches up. Ooh, there's a nice back crack. Exhale, extended side angle, right arm reaches towards the ground, the leg, a block, left arm reaches up and over. Moving through a couple of these flows, the lower body remains the same. We're gonna find a reverse. And then extended side angle. Woo! Really good balance challenge here. Last one. As you exhale, windmill the arms back down. Step back, downward facing dog. Let's take a cleansing breath all together in through the nose. Exhale, audible sigh out the mouth. One more just like that, in through the nose. Audible sigh out the mouth. Inhale, left leg reaches towards the sky, any amount. Three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, bring that left foot in between the hands. Inhale, high lunge warrior, back heels lifted, hips are square, both pointing forward. Exhale, let's find our low runner's lunge here. Reaching the chest forward, arms back, back heel is lifted. We're holding for a couple more breaths here. See if we can lengthen through the crown just a bit more. Great job. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, open up warrior 2. Back foot parallel to the short edge of the mat. Left knee opens up, left hip opens up, shoulders stacked over hips, arms outstretched. Brief moment here. Virabhadrasana 2, warrior 2. Inhale, find your reverse. Flip that left wrist. Reach back, right hand towards the leg. Exhale, extended side angle. Perhaps reaching towards the floor, a block. Opening up, reaching right arm up and over. Finding reverse. As we inhale. Exhale, extended side angle. Last one. Reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Just kidding. Windmill the arms down, step back, downward facing dog. Almost forgot for a sec. One more breath together. Inhale, right foot to the sky, any amount. Exhale, bend the right knee, stack the right hip on top of the left. Open up here. Inhale, square off the hips. Exhale, we're gonna bring that right knee in towards the body and then cross it over the mat. Fallen triangle. Plant the hand, step back, downward facing dog. Couple of breaths here just to reset. Inhale, left foot to the sky, any amount. Exhale, bend that left knee, left hip stacks over right. On your exhale, left knee in towards the body, send the leg cross, and open up for fallen triangle. Exhale, plant the hand, step back, downward facing dog. Let's drop the knees, find a quick child's pose, knees wide, toes close, hips back. Whew. Forehead on the mat. Breathe in towards the belly. Belly goes big. Exhale to relax. We're not going to down-regulate too much. On your next inhale, push into the mat. Through your tabletop position, find downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot to the sky, any amount. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, step right foot in between the hands. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, finding warrior three. Now we might stay here. We might keep leaning so much that eventually we find big letter T. But we want a straight line from the back, left foot, all the way through the crown of the head. Now we might keep our hands here at our sides. For a more challenging option, reach the hands above head. Exhale, plant the hands, finding your standing splits. Inhale, left knee sweeps through stork position, arms lift. Exhale, plant the left foot, hands come down through heart center. Find your mountain pose or Tadasana. Inhale, circle sweep, hands above head. Exhale, forward fold. Let's even out. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot to the sky, any amount. Exhale, round through the spine, knee to nose. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, step the left foot in between the hands. Inhale, lift, finding warrior three. Again, we might stay here. Ooh. Let's first make sure we're grounded down through the foot. We might stay here. Might eventually keep shifting to find letter T. Hands at the chest, at the sides, finding prayer or reaching above the head. Take your gaze and focus on one spot on the ground. Ooh. And we still might fall. That's okay. That's a part of yoga and that's a part of growth. Great job. Exhale, plant the hands, find your split. Inhale, right knee swoops through stork position. Hands reach towards the sky. Exhale, hands down through heart center, finding our mountain. Might feel nice to roll out the ankles a little bit after being on one foot. Wide legs. We're going to have our knees go over our toes. So whatever that means for your body, we might need to adjust that degree that the toes are pointing out. We might need to adjust our stance, but the knees are ultimately gonna follow over the toes. So if we're caving in, let's make an adjustment. Follow knees over toes. Sumo squat here. Option to take the hands in prayer. Option to rest the hands on the thighs. Now I know I'm getting tired, so come back to that breath. Use that as your anchor. Just slow the breath, calm the body, and we're building strength here. Again, when we come back to the breath, it can take some of the discomfort out of the physical asana. Now in yoga, we might find discomfort to help grow our comfort zone. But we never want to ease into the territory of pain. So it's important on our yoga journeys to listen to our bodies, but not let the mind trick us. Because the mind can sometimes say, this is too hard. And that's when we can break through one wall, maybe increase that zone just a bit. Inhale, come to stand, reach the arms up. Big breath. Exhale, hands come back down. We're going to take the feet, place them forward, finding a wide leg forward fold here. Hands reaching for blocks, the floor, perhaps the ankles or the ground behind you. Take the hands, we're going to shift over to the right side of the mat. Lift the right toes, sink over Skandasana. Now we might stay up tall as we shift side to side, using the hands on the ground for support. We might sink a little bit deeper into that Skandasana, maybe even adding a side reach. Moving side to side. Finding any final movements here before we come to wind down our practice with some restorative or more calming asanas. I like to exhale as I shift. Inhale, open up and reach. Exhale, shift sides. Inhale, open up. And trying to end on the opposite side that we started. Coming to find a seated position in whichever way you'd like. Now from here, just take the legs, extend them outward. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, forward fold. Imagining the crown of our head reaching towards the toes. In your own time, in your own way, come to lay on the back. Shoulder stand or legs up the wall. A couple of options here if you have a block. We can simply elevate the glutes, lift the legs, lift the arms, find lymphatic drainage here, a little bit of blood flow for the legs and the arms. If you have a wall, even better to go against. Option for shoulder stand, taking the elbows in towards the body with a little bit of momentum, lifting up the legs, catching the low back with the hands. Now this is shoulder stand, so we're mostly bending through the upper spine, not so much through the neck. You'll notice I'm still able to talk here, and I'm not crunching up my neck. So no crunching necks. Option to bring the toes down, finding plow. Do I have enough space? It feels good with the wall, actually. Again, a few options here. Elevating the glutes, lifting the legs and the arms, legs up the wall, or this shoulder stand series. In your own time, gently come to find starting position. Extend the legs. Bring the elbows underneath the shoulders. Fish pose. We might take a block. Place it underneath the thoracic spine, the upper spine. Open up through the neck and the chest. Option 2, not drop the neck if that causes any discomfort. Exhale, lift the head, remove the block, come to find a lying down position. Knees in towards the chest. Yogi hug here, maybe gently rocking side to side, giving the low back a nice little massage here. Knees stay close to the body. We're going to let our knees splay over to the left side, perhaps finding a block or the ground so they can really just relax and rest here. Shoulder blades stay on the mat as we reach arms in opposite directions. Taking gaze, looking up ahead or looking in the opposite direction that the knees are facing. Now, in this asana, we want to relax here, so scanning the body for any tension, perhaps in that top leg, in the right hip, the back, the core, our deep pelvic floor muscles. Relaxing with every exhale and trying not to use our muscles to hold us up here. This is where a block or pillow or bolster can come in handy to bring the floor up and to provide a little bit more support so we can do the asana with the intention that we have. And right now, that's to relax. Look up towards the sky. Take your knees, perhaps with your hands, place them on the opposite side, this time towards the right side. Again, finding blocks or any supports to help your body fully relax here. Shoulder blades stay on the mat, arms outstretched. Looking towards the sky or perhaps in the opposite direction that the knees are facing. Again, a quick body scan here, finding any tension. Mindfully melting away any tension, letting the muscles melt around the bones, imagining even the bones softening here. Whole body relaxes. One quick scan through that top leg, left hip, releasing any tension, finding any tension in the core or the deep pelvic floor muscles and relaxing. Feeling the weight of the body resting on Mother Earth. Feeling how good it feels to be held by her, supported. Bonus points if you can actually practice on Aki, the land. Neutral gaze up towards the sky. Let the hands assist the knees back over the body, finding any last movements to end the practice. Maybe a happy baby, grabbing onto the outsides of the calves, ankles, or feet. Now in happy baby, you can rock side to side. But what I like to do sometimes is find a little bit of stillness and then draw the low back towards the mat. Couple of options there. And when you're ready, one of the most important aspects of this practice are Shavasana. Coming to find a comfortable lying down position or seated if you prefer. Palms facing up. Option 2, close down the eyes if that feels comfortable. Inhale into the belly. Exhale, audible sigh out the mouth. Relax the body here. Let it rest. Now the mind already might be racing, wondering about the next thing, thinking about our to-do list, but just for now, just be. For now, take this time to allow the yoga to integrate. Take the time to allow stillness to let any reflections or guidance seep through. A meditation can be the space or one of many spaces where we can slow down and listen. Come back to this now moment when the mind inevitably wanders. Feel the weight of the body here, fully relaxed, heavy against Mother Earth. Please stay here for as long as you'd like. But if you're done practicing, miigwech, thank you so much. And I'll see you on the mat next week. I feel good, na 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 na. I knew that I would now. So good, so good. I got you. Oh, that was good.